Due to the tragedies involving the Boeing 737 MAX aircrafts, it is evident that the flight inspection standards set forth by the AVS should be re-evaluated to ensure and uphold the safety of travelers and aviation employees. The language used in the article is clear and concise, using familiar words so anyone reading can understand, which helps to get the point across, as not all readers can understand pilot talk. The proper punctuation gives credibility to the author, because a lack of writing skills, spelling, and grammar mistakes can make the reader dismiss the writing and information presented. The author claims that Boeing failed to advise companies of the MCAS system, which was the result of the two incidents. Because they assumed that the crew would use experience and training from other situations and apply it to this scenario, the recommendations the NTSB suggested to the FAA is to inspect and ensure the recertification of the aircraft meets standards and guidelines. The current process needs improvements to catch these issues during further certifications. Rob Mark is the senior editor of Flying Magazine. He started his career as a professional pilot, has 4 books published under the McGraw-Hill label, and spent time being a lecturer at the Northwestern's Medill School of Journalism. The purpose of the article is to show the NTSB's thoughts on the Boeing 737 MAX issues. They suggest recommendations in improving how pilots respond to emergencies and fixing the multiple warnings they encounter. It specifically calls out Boeing and the FAA in their recommendations. The language used in this article strongly correlates with our thesis statement. The article flowed as if it was telling a story. They cover what happened, the crashes, the problem, compounding factors, and the lessons that will be learned. The article had a strong focus on the poor software design of the MCAS. The claims made in this peer-reviewed article supports our thesis statement on making improvements where there was a lack of safety standards being met. There are compounding factors of the suspected problems that caused the 2 crashes. According to the authors, it is not good to force change on complex systems, rather learn to work within them. Moreover, Boeing is not the only organization that can experience a fatal incident known worldwide, as this can happen to other organizations as well. Philip Johnson and Rosie Harris are partners and CEO of Embedded Artistry, an embedded system consulting firm. This article was one of the few peer-reviewed scholarly articles that were founded which viewed the incident in its entirety. This article flows well and goes straight to the point. It does not seem biased because although the authors are both in the software design industry, they also mention the different factors that play in the role of the crash and is not one-sided. This article does not use language that correlates directly to our thesis statement. The author does not use terms such as ABS, FAA, MCAS, or other key words identified previously in assignment number 3. Claim number 1, according to Stewart 2019, allegations that software solutions were outsourced to engineers in India for less than $9 an hour, and poor communications between executives show that the problem existed well before the sale of the 737 aircraft. Claim number 2, the aircrafts possess a software design flaw that was a contributing factor in the 2 separate fatal incidents. In the case of the Ethiopian 302 airline accident, the pilots correctly responded to the software. However, the aircraft still failed to stay in flight. Claim number 3, the results from these incidents and other product line malfunctions, customers are aware now more than ever of which plane they are flying, thus affecting other aspects of Boeing production and the aviation industry overall. The author, Kyle Stewart, is a freelance travel writer with contributions to Time, Washington Post, MSNBC, Yahoo, and many other media outlets. The blogging website Live and Let's Fly was utilized for this assignment because it is not a popular magazine or scholarly peer-reviewed article. This website provides the latest news on areas of the airline industry, commentary on frequent flyer programs and promotions, and detailed reports of destinations from world traveling bloggers.